Hello everyone, welcome to round 5 of the Rap Institute's Never Stop Learning online rap contest. In this one you're going to see the one and only Rainer Lawrence rap a mirror with PPF. Super cool, because Rainer, what's the problem with a lot of times when you rap PPF?
A lot of times when we rap mirrors, or especially with PPF, you have fingers around here, fingers around here. That means you have the wrong tension on the material.
Okay, and tension is not good when you're rapping anything, whether it's commercial raps, color change, but especially PPF. So a lot of people, the installers, leave the tension on the edges, which is risky because getting those fingers.
Getting fingers, material goes back.
Awesome. So Rainer's going to show some good tips and tricks of how to avoid that tension and actually leave the tension in the middle, which is definitely the key. And that's the whole part of this Never Stop Learning contest is you're going to learn a lot from Rainer, and Rainer's an expert in rapping with PPF. But also, if you guess how long it takes Rainer to rap it, he's going to rap it real time, is you get to win a roll of GSWF PPF. And it's not just like a little tiny roll, it is a full roll. So 60 inches or 152 centimeters by 50 feet. And that's worth $1,000, which is super cool. And you can choose either gloss or matte, and they'll ship it right to your door, whether it's your rap shop or your house. And that is the fun part of the Never Stop Learning contest is you're going to learn a lot from Rainer, hopefully. Just joking. Hopefully. But you're also going to win a lot if you guess the time. So you've cleaned it, prepped it. So again, we're not going to start the clock, but how would you clean and prep the mirror?
So really degrease it, and then we are starting also with some clay bar and really make a surface that is really super clean and you don't feel anything on the top. So you want to clean with PPF.
Okay, so you get a clean surface, stuff like that. And then the piece that you're using, do you want to have, how big the piece do you want?
No, piece is just a little bit bigger than the regular mirror. I want to have more material that I really can work with the material around here. And
then, with the Rap Institute, we always try to do prep, install, post. So in terms of prep, are you going to use gel or a glide solution?
Now I use gel.
Okay, so we're going to use gel, and again, that's just personal preference, or do you like it to stick right away, or what's your logic?
I definitely like also really the slip solution.
Okay.
But now the preference, I only want to show it with gel. Sometimes with this, sometimes with this.
Okay, so again, personal preference. So again, with that said, you got your prep, you got your tools ready, got the workspace ready, and then I think now we're ready for install. So hopefully you guessed the time, because now it's too late if you haven't entered the contest. So I'm going to start the clock, and we'll get to it. Let's get to it, Rainer.
Okay, I have the gel in this Hotzilla, and I start on the mirror here. I wet this up a little bit. I have the Hotzilla in my pocket. So, and I start now from the top to the bottom, and I can peel it off.
So basically, this is like you're not just whipping it off. You want to spray it down while you remove the liner.
I want to spray it down so I have less dust in the air, and I also don't spray this area because then I have definitely dust or dirt in the PPF, and we always want to reduce this.
So the idea is if you spray too high, the dust will maybe come from down onto the adhesive. You definitely don't want that.
Down here I have the preparation. Here I start from the point, from the hardest point, I would say up front here. I fix it a little bit and hold it with my belly. And now you see the wrinkles here around. That means, okay, you must create here tension that you have here no tension on the outside.
Interesting.
So that's all. So I spread it out to the top part and to the bottom.
Okay.
And now you see here's no tension and here's no tension. I hold it on a little bit, and now the gel works. Spray on the top so I can run with my squeegee over it in one direction. Going around here, here.
So the idea is you want to read those wrinkles, stretch it out, shoot to the corners, and by holding it, you're really allowing the PPF to set up on the mirror, correct?
Yeah, set up here, to have no tension here. Awesome. It's the most important thing that is.
So right now on the edges, if you don't see tension, that tells you to go to the next stage, but if you see wrinkles, that tells you to do it again.
Do it again, more tension.
And what happens if you would have started here and stretched over, you would have had tension, but by stretching at the curviest spot and then spreading that tension out, that evens it top to bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
So I click my blade.
Okay.
And now when I cut, I only want to score the top and not cut really through the material. Go around and I make some starting points. So I cut through this material here, now can break it in this direction.
So you always pull away from the section you cut.
Yeah, and I try to break it, not to cut it. I try to break it then. Go the line down here. I don't need to cover the full mirror. So we have a protection film, no color change film.
Got it. So you're cutting directly on the paint, but again, one of the things you learn on the Wrap Institute, and if you're a good PPFer, that you can actually learn how to cut directly on the surface without cutting too deep. And you're basically listening for a squeal. If you hear a sound when you're cutting, that's a good thing, correct?
Sometimes it depends on the material.
Okay.
On some PPF cries louder when you cut it, and some not. So, but it's really a time that you need to have to feel it so that you have it right.
So is there anything in terms of finishing now that you have to, I mean, like with color change or your commercial traps, you have to post-heat and stuff like that. PPF, no post-heating, no nothing.
No post-heating. You should stay like this. If you fail right now here, it's definitely the wrong way. You need to do it in other ways that you don't fail. So no tension here, no tension here. And even, I will wait a little bit. When I do a regular install, I will wait a little bit.
Okay.
Settle down, really the glue.
And would you say at this point, then you would say you're good to go?
I'm good to go.
So that means, if Reiner's good to go, that means 3 minutes and 44 seconds. So again, what's super cool, and I think it went super fast because you start at the right spot and you understand the properties and you kind of read the wrinkles and you get going. Awesome stuff. So again, PPF mirror done, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. So if you guess that time in the Never Stop Learning Wrap Contest, bam, you win that roll of GSWF. So big thank you to GSWF for sponsoring round number 5. And hopefully if you've been struggling with PPF mirrors with Reiner's tips and tricks, then at least your install time, you can get it down to 3 minutes and 44 seconds. That's a good install time, super cool. So you don't need a steamer, you don't need anything, just start at the right spot.
Right spot, right stretch, and then work with the material, not against the material.
Definitely. That's definitely the name of the game with PPF especially, is you really have to dial in what the material can and cannot do, and then read that tension, which is super cool stuff. So again, Reiner, thank you for showing everyone the tips and tricks with PPF, and I hope you enjoyed the 5th round of the Never Stop Learning Wrap Contest, and definitely look out for round 6, because round 6 is going to be super exciting. So again, Reiner, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, everyone. Cheers.